Hi, today we are going to make a fraction mandala by using small circles, using our sliding compass, and using it in centimeters today instead of inches. And we're going to be cutting our circles into half, into fourths, into eighths to make this piece of artwork. And you can make it all different ways, but our goal is to make a radial symmetry mandala, which means you can fold it up all different ways and it's a circular effect. Hello. Okay, so we're going to start out with all our supplies. I need a pair of scissors, definitely a pencil, glue stick, a sliding compass, and today we're going to actually use the side with the centimeters. We're not going to do inches today. We are using an eraser, hopefully not too many times, a ruler just to go straight, to make straight lines, and also I have both rulers out. And we're going to do 5 colors of Astro Bright. Now this one, it was a whole sheet. I folded it in half, and I cut it. Now we can do that. That's an easy way, or we can find out how much it is. So we had a whole, and then now I have a half. So we're gonna do that because we're gonna share our paper with a partner. Like someone's gonna switch colors with me if they want a different size. So this one, our paper width is 11 inches. So half of 11 would be 5.5. So that would be right between 5 and 6. Now I'm using inches here. So 5.5, and I mark it. Then I'd put my ruler along that and draw it. And I could cut that way. Now if I was doing centimeters, I could do the same thing. It is 28 centimeters, so 28 divided by 2, because I want to go half, would be 14. So I could do it in centimeters as well. We could use the metric. Now there's not many countries that use how we do the imperial. There's countries like Belize, Mexico uses metric, and many countries do. We're one of the last ones in the English, I believe, to use what we do. So I can just fold in half again. And then what would happen if I folded again in half, right? It would be a fourth. So remember how like $1, and if you break $1 in half, you only get 50 cents. And if you break it 4 times, you're gonna have 4 quarters, right? That one, I just went ahead and did that. And cut these. I like to use 5 colors just in case, because this is going to be, we need to make a radial symmetry design of mandala. And mandalas are so special. I'm going to pick some fun colors, some contrasting. Okay, I think I have enough. And if I was to pick one more, I guess I could use the orange one just in case. So if you switched with your partner and found the colors that you want, I'm going to set my orange one right here. And the first one I need to do is set my sliding compass to 6. And I can either use this hole or I can use this one. But see that little pointer? It is pointing right at the 6 right there. Now this is my centerpiece. So that is my center of the circle. So on this one, I'm just going to have one big one. Now the big one usually is your centerpiece. So actually, I don't want orange as my centerpiece. I actually want purple as my centerpiece. So I'm going to make this my biggest circle, because this is going to be our biggest circle in our center. Now, if I have a lot of junk on my table, I won't be able to spin this around. Another thing what might happen is if I'm too close to the edge, if I put my ruler right here and I try to do a circle, will it draw a circle? It'll go right off the page. So we want to make sure we're in the middle of our paper, like I was right there. And I'm missing a little spot. So I'm going to kind of guesstimate there. So I have my really big circle, 6 centimeters. So I'm going to say this one was 6 centimeters, so I'm done. Now I need 2 circles that are 5. Now this one, whatever shape we decide to cut into half is where we're going to make sure we have 2 circles. Okay, so now this is going to be a tricky one. So I set it to 5 and I made my circle. Now what happens if I can't fit it on here? Let's make sure. Could I make it on there? Because so 5 and 5, 5 centimeters is 5 centimeters. This paper is not long enough. I already know that because my papers are usually 8.5. See right there, 8.5. if I was making this circle 2 times on this page, it has to be a real tight squeeze. So like if I need 4 inches to make this, it's gonna be a tight squeeze. So I need to make sure my circle's right there at the edge. Okay, so it will fit, but it's gonna be, well, 5 centimeters. No, I don't think it will fit. Let's see. I have 22. I think it might, but it'd be tight. I think I need that. Let's try this one more time. I'm gonna try put my 5 all the way to the top. See where my line is right there at the top of that paper? And let's see if we can do this. Do you like how I'm doubting the system. Now I'm gonna put this dot all the way to the top too, at the 5. It does fit. See, that's the trick about like that, centimeters versus, I was thinking they were gonna be inches, so that's where I messed up. So this is my 5 centimeter and my 5 centimeter. All right, I got 2 of those, barely. Now I'm gonna pick a place where I can do 3 circles. These are 3.5, so 3.5. So I'm gonna set it right between the 3 and the 4. And again, I'm gonna start right up on that edge. Make sure I can fit them all on there. But I can probably figure that out too. I'm gonna set this one, let's see if that goes all the way. I'm gonna set it right there to the edge of that circle. I'm gonna make like almost like a Mickey Mouse. If you need an extra piece of paper, that's fine. If you didn't start with it at the edge. Okay, see how I got those now? So now we have our 3.5, 3.5, 3.5 done. Now we need to do four circles of 3. Setting it to 3. Ooh, this one's tricky, right? Here we go. These guys are little. I kind of want these to be my halves, I think. I like this color. Yep, I see. If I did a little mess up, I might not be able to fit. Ooh, see, look, I almost went off there. See how I almost went off the paper there? And my pencil is not very sharp. So, it's good to have a pencil. Okay, I did it. Woo, close call, huh? That's my 3s, my 3s, my 3s. Now we have to decide which ones we want cut in half, in quarters, and in eighths. This one, I like this one as my centerpiece, so I'm gonna leave this one as a whole circle, and I'm gonna cut it out. The next ones I'm gonna do, I really like this color as halves. So I'm gonna try my best to kind of cut this paper, like to make a line there where the half would be. I also could just, see, I'm doing it on the dot from this tool and just going across from it. See, I'm thinking here, and here, and I'm lining up all the 3 dots to make it go in the middle. All right. Now this one, I am going to do this one. See that little dot in the middle where this tool has a little pokey piece and it makes an indentation. So it helps you. What about oh, I wish my circles were lined up. Oh, they might be. I'm gonna try this. I don't know if that was cheating, but sure felt good. All right, and now I'm gonna do it this way. So I cut it again. So I just did my 1/4, right? These are all 1/4. Okay, so I have my halves, my 1/4. These guys are gonna be my little bitty ones. And I might just wanna do one of these circles, but it's good to have the extra. I'm gonna do, okay, if I'm gonna do eighths, that means I need 8 slices of the pizza. Right now I only have 4, so that means 1/4. I'm gonna cut the pizza again. I'm gonna cut the pizza again as best I can. And that's how I'm gonna do that one. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut all these out and we'll be right back. Okay, I got all my circles cut up. I got my halves. I have my quarters. I have my eighths. 8 slices of pizza, very small. I think I'd rather have a whole pizza. I got my hole. And I have 2 extra holes because I didn't want to cut them up tiny, tiny. So I actually might cut these into a halves again too, just to create my design, or fourths. So I'm going to save these on the side. They might be fun as fourths. So I'm going to save my circles to when I'm building my design. And if your buddy has extra circles too, you guys can switch off as well. I'm going to clear my area to get started. And there's all kinds of things that you can do. So I'm going to turn mine this way. I'm going to start in the center. So when we're talking about radial symmetry, it means that it goes in a circular pattern outwards. It's almost like we could fold it and fold it and fold it and fold it, and it all would match. It's almost like if you laid a mirror in the half, you would have a mirror. If you laid a mirror this way, it would match. Everything would match. If we did just symmetrical, it would only be folding it in half, or folding it in half this way. So if I was to do just symmetrical, it would be, see how this, I could fold in half. But if I wanted to try to fold it in half this way, I couldn't, right? And I couldn't do it this way. I mean, I could fold it, but it wouldn't match. So that tells me that it's not radial symmetry. So we're shooting for is radial symmetry. So if I put 2 of these right here like a Mickey Mouse, right? Can you just see Mickey Mouse claps his ears? Boop. But he can't fold down here, right? There's nothing to match down there. So we can't do these 2. So I would suggest, since this is a 2, that these are my extras, I would cut them up some more. I'm going to start with my 1/4. And see how I put 2 there? Oh, I got pencil marks all over my stuff. Am I radial symmetry there? Can I fold this way? 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 Yes, I'm a good. And then let's try these ones out. What would happen if I added these? Let's see. Now it's very hard to lay these out. Is that symmetrical? Yes. Is it radial symmetrical? No, because if we folded, this way, if we folded that way, it wouldn't match. So I need to add 2 more. And that would have to be really, I'd have to really space this one just right. See, I'm having to hold down with my other hand to help me so it doesn't fly away. So if we start gluing way too early, we won't know. It's better to lay it out. Okay, now I can fold this way, I can fold this way, I can fold this way, this way. And then I can start building from there. Now, if I like how I'm doing this, then I think I understand it, I could start to glue this down. I'm getting down to my finishing touches. And it's been really fun trying to figure out to make sure that I'm doing one thing and I'm doing the other side exactly the same too. I couldn't decide if putting the glue down first on the paper was better or easier, but I've kind of been switching it up. This is where I think where I'd get to the place where I would want to maybe borrow a little circle to put in the middle, something fun. Just keep adding more detail to my design. Or different colors, like if someone had more colors than me, I would go and switch off with them if they had like a different type of green. I even think black would be a really cool one. I don't think we have black paper with it, but black on top of this would be a lot of fun. All right, so I am down to my 1/8 of a circle, my little slice of pizza, and I am done with my shape. And remember, like, see, I could see a little yellow because I love yellow and purple. So I might add just a little circle in there too. Maybe cut, see if I want to do one, I'd probably cut one maybe at 2 centimeters. Okay, so those are extra things that you can add on to yours. All right, I finished mine. I decided to make a 2 centimeter circle, and then I was like, I want another one. And since I have more blues, if I had any more circles or someone wanted to switch a circle with me, I could cut up even smaller ones. So after 1/8, if I did it even smaller, would be 1/16, would be half of that, and we could do even smaller. Just make sure that we do that radial symmetry, that we can fold it all the different ways. Okay? Good job, you guys.